Live.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Amazing Scale Modelers Sunday Hangout. I'm your host, Scratch and Jack. Amazing Scale Modelers is a Google Plus community of scale modelers of all shapes and sizes, interests, genres, and skill levels. They like to share their tips and tricks with one another, learn more about their craft, and to celebrate one another's scale modeling achievements. Amazing Scale Modelers is perhaps the fastest growing or the largest one existing on Google Plus communities. Has anybody checked the count so far?
1,783.
Thank you. And joining us are members of Amazing Scale Modelers and some of the best stalkers and trolls on the internet that can offer to talk about scale modeling and enjoy some scale modeling camaraderie. Thanks for joining us. And, let's just start from my Google left to right that I always do. And it's always Heath. You're always first.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want me to come back out and go back in again?
Sure. Hi, James. How you doing, James?
I'm doing fine.
Oh, God, Jack, you always seem to, you never cease to amaze.
He's far left. Well, we'll save the best for last. We'll get to you then, okay? How you doing, James?
I'm doing fine. Getting better over the cold.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot better.
I got a lot done yesterday, but didn't get too much done today. But I've got the forward top skin in place.
Wow.
Wow.
It's not glued in spot yet, but it's in place.
Wow.
Whoever says that the Millennium Falcon only looks better in plastic is wrong.
That's really cool. All those greebles and all that detail. Yeah, that hood on the top there, you had some greebles to put on that too, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. A very detailed. How many pages is that model?
17.
17. That will be what? 17 square feet at least?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Wow, that's a lot of paper. That's awesome. Very cool. Yeah,
So
well, you got us plastic model builders all flush with envy. all green now.
And I've sort of, this week, with some pushing from a few other people, selected what will be my spring build for this year.
Uh-huh.
And I'm doing a 1/1000 Enterprise E.
Oh, beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Lovely, 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 lovely.
Nice.
It's a 40-pager.
Wow.
Well, I don't know about the greebles in that, but certainly got some small parts going on.
Well, you got a lot of windows to drill out, I know that.
Do you use drills on paper?
Got a frame to build on this, like building a boat.
Oh, really? That the 1,000 scale is what, about? I think the model is like maybe not even 15 inches. I'm thinking it's like 12 or 13. It's not that big.
I'd be willing to say 22 inches.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, then I'm thinking of the 14 scale then. The 14
I estimate this is going to be about 22 inches.
Yeah, it's a big spaceship, and it's longer looking than it is wide. It's not a saucer. It's
yeah, well, you figure that's the side of the nacelle.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Wow.
So that's going to give you an idea.
Uh-huh. That is going to be very. And I'm thinking the 1400 scale then, not the 1,000 scale. So yes, I guess your display box has got to be rather large then, huh?
Yeah, if I was going to put that into a shadow box, yeah.
Yeah, you know, it will look really good in a shadow box. So. And you know, the lighting on that, you can probably use fiber optics as stars.
Yeah, I have to look into that. May do some.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Coming up next, we have Jay. How you doing, Jay?
Good, 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 good.
You doing okay?
Very good, actually. We would have had 1,784 members, but I did actually ban one because She kept trying to post that, you know, she had all these sexy pictures that Google Plus wouldn't let her post, and we could go to her site and see them if we wanted to. So, you know, there's a place for that. There's a place for that kind of thing on the net, but unfortunately or fortunately, Amazing Scale Modelers isn't it.
Yeah, that's true. It certainly isn't. So if you're listening out there, the only porn that we like to look at is either in wood, paper, styrene, metal.
Yeah.
Those are the, well, I
The
don't
good
know.
stuff. Yeah.
Maybe they'll think of maybe some, who's a big model? Naomi, who's a big, I don't know who big models these are. Anyway.
Yeah, I've been cleaning. I've been getting things ready. I'm posting the new episode of the first new episode of season 2 tomorrow, and everything is going along hunky-dory, wonderful. God, I wish I had a life.
You got something also for Evil Duck. Show us what that is.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I did get a bunch of these, which is good.
Yeah, you can stand in front of grocery stores and hand them out.
Yes, and I got one of these because everything tastes better in an Evil Duck mug.
That's true.
And I've been making these.
Tease.
I figure
I'll take one.
I could buy them, but you know it's actually cheaper to make them once you've got the stencil. And so,
I'll take one.
What size do you wear?
Ooh.
Don't you want to say it on the
air? Do I really want to advertise my size? No. I'll do it privately, bro.
I think there was at least a 2 in that. Yes.
Maybe a 3.
Maybe even a 3. Yeah.
Make it 7.
7? You're a big boy.
Well, they might have different measurements back down there too. Carwin is asking to be invited.
Well, I did, Carwin.
Oh.
If you look at your messages, but I'll invite you.
Check your messages, Carwin.
Carwin and invite. Okay. All right. Coming up next, we have Mike's Chair. Hi, Mike's Chair.
I'm right here. I just was.
You never know when you're going to pop in. I mean, pop on.
That's right. Unpredictable.
Unpredictable. Okay. So what's going on your bench there, mister?
Oh, I'm still working on a bunch of different 172nd military vehicles. One that I'm getting close to getting done is this amphibious
Jeep, yeah.
Yeah, and you can see it shiny because I put the clear gloss underneath the decals, and then I'll when they've set adequate amount of time, then I'll put. If you do it too soon, you dissolve the decal. I'll put the what is it called?
Dull coat. Oh, satin finish, yeah.
Because the matte is too matte. It's way too matte. But I'm getting closer to getting. I'm getting this closer to getting done. This is a predecessor to a half track.
Yeah.
And I've got this other half track. There's 2 half tracks. There's this one that I've got finished pretty much. Then there's this one. This one has a narrow hood, and this one has a wide hood. There's some differences in everything, but how these go together is really strange. This one has a rubber band track system, which is very difficult to get colored and weathered. And this has a molded track system, but why would you mold it and then I have to put the wheels and all the bogies and all that stuff in separately? It just didn't make any sense to me, but of course, modeling is a mystery.
Modeling makes sense.
It's supposed to be a challenge.
Anyway, they go overboard on that, so I've got a good start on this Jeep, which
Yeah.
I got the wheels
Who's that?
ready for that.
Mhm.
And then this Jeep, I finally got most of it done, but on the back is supposed to be a gas can.
Yeah.
It disappeared somewhere. I don't know where. It fell off and didn't stay. But anyway, my collection of 1/72nd, well, some of it's armored, a lot of it's soft-sided vehicles, is getting there, and then I am proceed on the motorcycle,
Oh, cool.
1/72nd.
Uh-huh.
So that's what I'm doing. I'm working on all this at the same time.
I'm destroying.
On one, and you know.
You're going to have a little convoy by the time you're done.
Well, I'm. Some of them are going with the UFO diorama. Some of them are going to go on one of these.
Mm-hmm.
These are a great thing. I mean, I think I paid $2 for this at. It was in the. It's got a slight warp to it.
Yeah.
And, what was it? Hobby Lobby or one? Yeah, it was Hobby
Michaels
Lobby.
or one of those, yeah.
Yeah, and it was in the discount bin. It was in the discount bin because it's got a slight warp to it. Well, I'm hoping that's why, and not that it's anything else. But that's kind of what I'm working on at a prolonged pace, because I'm building 2 Jeeps, 3 armored cars, an amphibious vehicle, all at the same time. Plus, I'm working on the 1941 Ford command car, or whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
Staff car, which I'd much prefer if I had a 1941 Chevrolet, because that would be more realistic as to what one might have found.
Mm-hmm.
They bought a lot of Chevys and Fords both, but
Well, one of your favorite, correct me if I'm wrong, is your metal builds. You are currently the community cover. Your engine, the name of it escapes me.
which one? Well, never mind. I'll check it here.
The radial one.
Right. It's Oh, James, you know what it is. I think you know what it is.
Yeah, I think it's a 5-cylinder radial engine, I think.
It is a radial engine. It's here it is. It's the 180 horsepower Larone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like James said. That's I see it. It's Sunday night, you know. I go mindless Sunday night, especially after a 3-day weekend. You know, it's like it doesn't even feel like I'm a job. Look, I'm not even shaving yet. How you doing there, Tony?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I heard you moved like a couple of times for the past past year. You haven't had modeling done very much for modeling. Now you got a garage.
Yes,
You're
sir.
set up shop in, and your internet. The sound comes through just fine on going downstairs to the garage, but you want to be seen today.
Well, actually, you guys stutter when I'm down there. I can't really hear complete sentences because it's a wireless net. The wireless network doesn't. I mean, it says I have full bars, but it just doesn't like Hangouts. So.
Okay.
Oh well.
Yeah. No, like my computer doesn't like Hangouts either, so I try not to share as much as I could. What are you doing? In fact, I got a box here for you that I'll give you some things to do. But what are you doing right now on your?
I'm working on the Mobius new BSG Raider.
Uh-huh.
I've had that model probably for 5 years, so I'm finally working on it. And I got the Starling board for it with the moving eye, the missile bays light up, the engines flicker, and it's got the guns that shoot, that flash.
Uh-huh.
So that'll all be in there.
Very cool.
I haven't decided if I'm going to use Tamiya metallic paints or if I'm going to try to do all clad again. All clad's kind of a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I'm saving that best for last. I got a model kit that I gotta use. I got the all clad paint.
I don't know if I want it to be that shiny though.
I see.
I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
If you're gonna, why don't you get the Vallejo has some metallic paints that are pretty good, and
Yeah,
then
pretty decent
and
actually.
they can be airbrushed on, and then you can put various and sundry varnishes over them to get different effects.
Right. Well, that might be one way to do it.
They actually make pretty good metallic paints for being
I have this.
Oh.
There's aluminum. Yeah, but this is what aluminum looks like. This is a car's manifold.
Cool.
Let's get some light on.
Well, this here's the. This is the metal color Vallejo, and it's pretty nice. It goes on pretty well. Very well. I would say it goes on very well. And it dries quickly.
Okay. Yeah, that was the issue with all clad I didn't want to get into because you have to do the gloss black first.
Yeah.
And for some reason...
That's pretty common with most metallics, though.
Yeah, for some reason, though, all clad's gloss black takes a week to dry.
Yes.
You don't have to use all clad. Just you know.
Yeah, I would need to go get me a rattle can of just some gloss black paint would work fine.
Yeah. Any of that works. That's actually enamel paint. Even all clads.
All clad black.
Is enamel.
The black base is lacquer.
Right, but
Black
Jay's saying
base
I could use any.
What I had was enamel.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was enamel, and once it's dry, you can spray the all clad on top of it.
And then the other issue I had was with the all clads, finding a clear coat that I could put over it, a gloss clear coat that wouldn't diminish the metallic effect, so I could still do the pin wash.
That's a problem.
Yeah, so I used their aqua clear, but it's water based, so when I went to do the enamel pin wash, it started to eat it.
Some people have used Future to a good.
Yeah,
a good
I ended up.
effect.
That's what I ended up using.
Yeah.
I ended up going back over the whole thing with the Future, and then I was able. But then again, I have to let that sit a few days to get really hard.
That's got to sit for a while, but
Yeah. Because I haven't found anything that works as well as an enamel paint wash over the Future.
Yeah.
And the problem is that the enamel paint wash will eat through anything that's not really, really hard. So.
Yeah.
Well, you certainly got yourself some advanced.
You can also try these AK. These are like oils.
Oh. Yeah.
Those metals. True Metal AK. True Metal. They're they have gunmetal and all kinds of colors. They've got all.
Well, I have a nice array of Tamiya metallics downstairs already, so I wouldn't have to spend any more money if I go that way. Where the hell is my bottle opener?
I like the for a pin wash and stuff like that. I have this wash.
Mhm.
This is a family heirloom right here. I don't know if I can show this on a Google Hangout.
That's an heirloom, all right.
From the 60s.
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, okay.
This
There's a family heirloom.
You know nothing.
Oh yeah, I have some of that too, Mike. I have a bottle of that stuff too that you just held up.
Yeah, Gain Color Black Wash.
Uh huh.
And
The
then
problem
I
is
have some of
is
the.
that water based?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
Most
what
of
would you use as a gloss to get that down into the cracks?
I just thin it. Water.
This water thing?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's easier because then you can just wipe it off with water off the surface. Yeah, maybe I'll try that.
Well,
I don't
try it
know.
on some
I'll have to
scrap, but
experiment.
it's okay. It comes in a bottle, and they think it's thin enough.
No, that
And
stuff's thick.
I put it in my little paint thing, and I cut it in half.
Yeah, that stuff is
And then
really
it
thick.
runs. But the classic way, what's that ink? India ink?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
course,
India ink is almost an enamel.
Yeah.
It's water based, but it's got like Arabic gum or something in it. It acts almost like an enamel.
It's a little bit on the acidic side, yeah.
Mm.
And
But,
it's glossy.
that was the way we used to have to do it because we didn't have all these washes and things. But you can take some of the white spirits and thin the hell out of an oil. If you have oil paints,
I have that too. Yeah, I have some of that
hard
too.
oil color lamp black.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mix that with the mineral
With the
spirit,
mineral spirits and get it thinned down.
and that won't eat the clear varnish.
Mineral spirits is like it's reasonably nice.
Okay.
It doesn't. If you get too much of the mineral spirits on paint, of course it'll eat it off. Because they use it as a thinner, a paint cleaner.
Right.
But
It works pretty well over future, though.
Okay.
Yeah, it won't
I'll
hurt.
experiment when I get to that point. That probably won't be for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Thank you for being patient there, Carwin. How you doing?
Hello. I'm doing okay.
You're looking very well, in fact.
I'm feeling a bit better. I've had a generally easy holiday season, so nothing, not too overindulgent.
Well,
You know?
I'm indulging right now in a candy cane. It's
I can see.
not peppermint. It's like a cherry flavor. It's actually pretty good. Anyway, what are you working on? Are you working on anything actually?
No, I'm waiting. I'm currently waiting for components. So I'm waiting for some circuitry to arrive and some resistors and things like that, so I can carry on with this. So, once
The phone booth,
yeah, TARDIS. So yeah, it's just until I get the circuitry in for it, there's nothing more I can do to it. I'm just literally waiting. So until that goes in, I can't do any of the final boxes. I can't put the doors on. I can't do anything until the circuits are in. So I'm literally waiting for the postman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Waiting
I'm
on
actually
parts.
thinking of buying
Waiting
stuff
on
too.
parts.
First comes money, and then comes buying it. That takes a little bit of time.
Well,
So,
money you can always get around because they just mug somebody.
well, in the name of scale modeling, I mug you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Stand and deliver your model or your life.
do those phone booths actually still exist in places, maybe in
Yeah.
London?
Oh yeah. There's one in London. There's one. They actually just done a new one as well down in Portsmouth, I think. I think so. Yeah, but there's one up in there's one in the centre of London. So yeah.
Here in the States, I don't know about anyone else, but where I live, it'll actually, you can put on an actual good contest to send a group of people out there looking for a public telephone.
I haven't seen a phone booth for a long time.
Right.
Oh, good grief.
Right.
Oh, there's one just up the road and there's one just down the road.
They do exist, but I do know they exist in airports, but outside of airports, good luck.
A real phone booth, though?
seen
Not
that
just the
for-
phone. The booth,
Oh,
man,
real
with the
phone
door
booth.
that folds open.
Yeah.
Just to make a long story short, when I was a kid, I asked my dad, I said, why do people go into that closet? He said that's a phone booth. They make their phone calls in private. That doesn't happen today anymore, does it?
No, but we got plenty of phone boxes around, but the police boxes are a bit more rare.
Oh,
No,
that is a police box. Okay.
Yeah. So I know there's one in Glasgow, and I know there's you get them all dotted all over the place, really. But the ones that look like that are kind of a rarity.
Yeah. How does Doctor Who keep it? You know.
Well, one of the things they pointed out in one of the shows is that he basically says, do you know what happens if you take a funny-looking blue box and you stick it in the middle of the city? People just walk straight past it.
You know, he doesn't just land in cities; he lands in the middle of nowhere too.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe he should upgrade to one of the red ones.
Yeah.
It's been pink before. Does that count?
So, all right, Heath, saving best for last, maybe. Oh, he's got gloves
Morning,
on.
guys.
That worries me.
I am in the middle, and I'm nearly finished. I'm painting. I primed my Ferrari, Enzo Ferrari, yesterday, so I'm starting 2016 off with a bang.
I see. You know, I did come across the Ferrari you sent me. Actually, I had a fancy thought. Why don't I build that? But no, I chickened out. I got something else that I found. A couple of years ago, I was trying to light a car, and I had to pick a 25 scale car. I wasn't very successful at it because I had to pick this one to light.
Ah, the boss.
Yep, and so I did pick it up. I can't find the tailpipes for it, the exhaust pipes, but everything still looks very nice and red.
Yeah.
It's actually an orange red, probably coming through the camera like that.
It looks orange.
And I have I've done everything. I was putting together the wheels just as we came on the air, and I destroyed one of them, putting that on. There.
Oh, man.
Yeah, well, it's going to have a up, but anyway,
Yeah,
I just want to get this done right here.
at the moment is I'm just painting the interior black because that's the color I've seen pictures of it in the.
You know, it's easy to paint an interior black. It just makes more
You
sense.
can order wheels and tires for that on the internet. That's not a big deal.
I'm not going to spend any money on this as much as I had, but I just want to get it together. Say I'm done.
It's like another $7. What?
Yeah, I opened a 16 scale 1965 Mustang. Got a pattern here. I love Mustangs, but I got one of them. I'm thinking of lighting it, but I really want to destroy a 16 scale. But it will be easier to do that. But anyway, long and short of it, I got the TIE fighters done. I posted pictures of it. So this is what caught my eye. I want to get this done. So get it out of the way. That's what I'm doing, just building it just to get it out of the way. Have you guys ever had a model like you put aside, you're like, I'm done with it, I hate it, and only going back to it just to get it done?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my.
I think we all have.
Yeah, James, which one was it for you?
It's actually a paper model of a scooter, a T-Max.
Uh-huh.
The thing just turned into a monster. The fits went crazy on it, and I just said, nuts to this.
Well, like here, I got wires dangling out of the front fender. I got SMDs in there.
I'll be right back.
But I don't know. Are you gonna get it done ever?
I might. I keep looking at it. It's sitting there on the top shelf, and it's a reminder, but every time I look at it, I said I'm going to have to build that body from scratch again because it's so bad.
Uh-huh. How about you, Jay?
Yeah, you remember this one that I think I shared this online. This is This is a scout ship from the role-playing game Traveler. And I started it, got the main body and the very back end just laid down, and then I put it aside for over 10 years. and then picked it up and said, "Damn it, I'm going to finish this thing," and then I finished it. So.
How long ago? How long ago was that?
I finished this about 2 years ago.
Okay. In fact, I think I remember this is when we all started hanging out together.
Yeah, I started up on it again, but you know, all of these are individual plates cut out and put on. But I don't know why I put it aside, but I put it aside in a box, and then I found it again about 10 years later.
Wow, that's really cool looking.
Yeah, what was wrong with it that you didn't finish it?
To be completely honest, I don't think I had the skills to finish it at the time.
Interesting.
And I'd almost like to do another one because I could do better than that.
Yeah, that's the thing when you scratch build something. You learn so much from the initial scratch build that you think, if I had to build that again, I could do it better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you think, well, I mean, the one that I always keep putting aside is the Enterprise D.
That's a lifelong project for you.
Well, that's the project from hell. It's not the one that you put aside to only finish it later.
Yeah, it's just. Do you know what it is? It's those damn decals.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, you can't just sit down and put you can put 1 or 2 on at a time and things like that. But once you've sat there for like 2 hours and your fingers are shriveled because they've been dipping them in water for all, and your back's aching because you've got to lean over the model all the time. It's just like, I don't want this crap today. I just don't. So you put it aside and you think, right, I'll do maybe half hour on it and I'll put 1 or 2 on. So I've done all the main decals and everything are on it. But stuff like the lifeboat's got to go on, and there are thousands of the bastards. So it's one of those ones whereby, like, I'm not in a rush to finish it because I've been taking a long time to do it, but I've been getting it done as best as possible. You know, I'm trying to do it so that once it's finished, it looks as good as the studio miniature. So it's. And there's no point in rushing it towards the end now. You know, I've taken this long, I may as well take my time and get it done tidy. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much. I don't know of another one. I once funny enough, I did. Yes, there was one I'd put aside, and that was I had started to build a Batmobile, and it was a sort of a variant design, and it was carved out of balsa wood. And it's currently sitting in my attic. And it's missing a back end and a canopy and a cockpit. So that is actually just sitting there right now. So and it's going to sit there for a damn sight longer as well.
Let the termites and the weevils get at it. Yeah.
Well, there is my interior. All black.
Very cool. Yeah.
And here's the bits that are grey. They're going to be silver. So this is the cab. This is the cab of the Enzo. So that's going to be silver. All of that there is going to be silver. And if I can just see if I can get it. Hang on, I might have to. Hang on. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Hang on.
We're waiting so patiently there, mister.
Yeah, continue talking. Continue talking.
Okay. How about you?
No. We're just going to sit here in silence and watch you.
Yeah.
How about you, Mike? Was there a project you set aside only wanting to finish it or have already finished it? And what was it? No words. Okay.
No words.
No words.
I don't really like Barris cars. I've never liked Barris that much. But the model making kit, the kit making factories put out some wonderful kits of some of his cars. And the main thing I don't like Barris is the decals that come with this. are old and flaky anyway. But when I built this when I was a kid, those reddish gold colored decals that show on the picture here were purple. And come to find out, yes, George Barris had taken, well, by the way, this is in French and English, not in Spanish. He had taken the car back and redid it. He redid it, and then they re-released the kits with the new paint job. And I didn't know that, but I still hate the paint job. I hate the there's a bunch of things, and the fit and finish on the car is horrible. It's horrible. They've been building that car for 60 years. They've been building that damn thing, and they still can't get it right. You know, I mean, there's been remolds, and you know, that's an Ertel one. You know, they've had the opportunity to fix all the damn things that's wrong 10 times over, and they haven't.
Yeah, I don't think model companies are in any mood to spend money doing that.
No, they don't appreciate feedback from people that build their kits. They don't want that.
Yeah, I mean, this is how we get better, is feedback from our friends and our other members.
Yeah. I think the first one I built when I was about 10 or 11. And I think that one ended up with the, I think 3 Black Cat firecrackers stuck in it. It didn't even blow up very nice. Should have used an M80.
Well, that's because it was made out of wood. They didn't have plastic when you were 10.
Yeah, they just invented the year a year ago.
Yeah, it was Bakelite.
Yeah, like something came to my head here. I often wondered why a 40-watt bulb can bake a cake. Notice that? Anyway.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know. I'd rather just drink the mixture as opposed to just having to bake. How you doing, Tony? I mean, what was your model? What was not your nemesis, but that one kit that you just kind of gave up on it?
See that right there?
Okay, what is that?
Here, hold on.
I thought he was giving you the finger.
Yeah, I thought so too, but it was.
This none
I
of
think
it.
that's the FYC.
How to give the finger in California, right here. Okay.
I would start drilling windows on that thing, and then I would stop for a week. And then I'd go back and drill a couple for an hour, cut 2 hours, and then I'd stop for 2 weeks.
Why'd you cut all those windows out? That's insane.
Well, I don't know.
It'll make it easier to explode when you put the firecracker.
Because it looked good when it was done. Where's the finished picture at?
Ah, right there. Nice. That's really cool.
There
did
you
a good job on that.
But it took me a really long time to get motivated. I actually owned that model for like 20 years before I built it.
Yeah.
Good God.
Yeah, I do want to build it, but again, I go back to what I said. It's a derelict. Why'd you cut all those windows out? I mean, yeah, but it is a really cool Christinification of a model.
How do you stop?
Nobody gets that. Nobody gets that.
I get it. How do you, there we go.
Where is Christine? Christine, if you're watching, Christina, give us
She's in the
call.
Midlands somewhere.
Yeah, give us a call. She made it back safely from the U.S. She came here to visit, and she thought she was going to get shot. I mean, what a way to go on vacation.
She just didn't go to the correct states.
I know. You know what she said about Jersey? She says, "Oh, it's such a big state. It's like everything is far from each other." I've been to Colorado. I've been to New Mexico, and I mean, you can drive for an hour and you can't see a humanly built thing.
Yeah.
You can drive for an hour and you can't see anything. Anyway, What are we going to talk about today? I really didn't think too much about that because yes, I can't remember even what we talked about yesterday. But I did a survey of decal, something about decals. Decal set?
Mm-hmm.
Well, hell, oh gosh, well, let's put it this way: Microsoft won hands down. I mean, with all the 60 or 70 respondents, the Microsoft product is hands down the most used. Now, when it comes to decals, is like you brought up, Carwin, it's a thankless job almost.
Mhm.
Oh, yes.
Well, we already know what your difficulty with the decals is. It's just too many, or is it just the quality of the decals?
No. It's well. I mean, the first thing is that the decals that came with that D were made by a company called AMT.
Yes.
So it was given it didn't fit.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, they had to be trimmed, and because most of the time you'd cut the decal out and then you'd lay it against the model and you'd realise it was oversized.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to trim it a little bit more and then get it to fit on the model. So then you have to do that all the way around it. I guess when you start doing, I think for some people, putting decals on is a pain because sometimes you get the thin lines and all that, and it gets a bit tricky. But I think once you've done it, 100, 120 times, you get the hang of it.
So all you beginners out there, you gotta lay about 100 decals before you can say, "Hey, I'm pretty good at this."
Oh no, I never said it was good at it. I just said a good layout.
Oh, okay.
The little tiny letters, those are hard to
Oh, miniature decals. Yeah.
I mean, I tell you what I found when I was doing the sort of the TOS 0.5 Enterprise was that all the decals that came with the kit went on okay, but all the ones I made myself went down fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to adhere better. They seem to conform better. When I use the decal soft on them, they seem to conform to the model better. So I think going forward, I'll probably end up when it comes to other models. If I'm gonna use decals on it, I'll probably end up scanning them and using my own because they seem to work better.
Can they think the quality of the film is better?
Well, it's not only that as well. Once you've printed it out, you have to coat it with a lacquer.
Yeah.
And I think that just makes them stronger. So I just think that they go down really, really well, really, really easy, and they seem to suck straight to the model as well. There's very little silvering. Mm-hmm. So and that's a big one as well. So silvering's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, you have to undercoat. You have to undercoat with something glossy. On this one here, you see there's a little dot there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's where a decal goes. And then that's undercoated. In this case, I used a clear varnish. And anywhere else along these little letters, that little emblem there, the star.
Yeah.
I put just a very thin coat of clear, and then when you put the decal on, it floats on there better than it does onto the matte stuff. And then I use the Sol last, and you have to let it set for like 12 hours. While it'll crinkle up, then it'll lay flat, and then you can cover it with a varnish of satin or flat or matte or whatever kind that you have that you need to finish your model, and there will be no silvering.
Yeah, I tell you the other thing that I have with, I started using a water-based varnish for once the decals are on to as a coating, because I'm just finding that some of the lacquers out there eat the decals.
Yeah, because it's an ink.
Yeah, so it's So I'd coat it with a water-based varnish, and then but again, well, mine don't do that because I'm using it. I coat it with a lacquer first before I even apply it to the model. So
I gotta admit that you guys are saying this. My Munster's monster truck was relatively a flat black paint. Decal laid on it just fine, but I'd say probably even before it was completely cured, I covered it with the floor wax.
Yes.
So I don't see the purpose, and I can see, logically speaking, the decals laying on a gloss surface makes sense. But what I'm saying is I never had to do that.
In certain light and angles, a shiny decal on a matte surface is going to eventually silver.
yeah.
Silver?
Silvering looks.
It's like a spattering. It's like a speculative highlight when the light catches it.
Here, I'll give you an example, Jack.
Highlight.
You know how when you on your original Enterprise, you put the registry number on, right?
Okay.
It's got that little bit of clear around the black ink.
Yes.
You don't want to see that. You want to just see the black. If you put that on flat, you're gonna see that clear border around the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you put it on a gloss, it's gonna help it to lay down and not trap any air underneath. And then you gloss on top of that, and then you're not gonna see that clear edge around those numbers anymore.
Really high quality decals don't have much of an edge.
Right.
Hardly any edge at all.
You should trim as much off as you can anyway, but
you trim
sometimes
off,
you can't get away with it.
Yeah, you try it on these micro decals, you won't get very far.
Right.
But the difference is there's no silvering.
Yeah. And if you're doing a whole surface like Carwin's D, oh man, you get little air bubbles under there, and it'll reflect that light back as silver.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it looks like it's sparkly. You know?
Here on this, it's all on, it's all clear, over clear, the floated onto a clear and then matted afterwards. The ones I haven't got finished yet, I think it showed the silvering on.
Yeah. My 2500D silvered a lot because all that stupid raised hull detail nonsense. I'm gonna sand all that shit off of the 1400 version.
Yeah, that's what I done. I took it all off, all the detail. That's as smooth as a baby's backside.
Yeah, and it's still giving you silvering.
No, it's gone down really well. But again, I put down when I put the paint down, I put on a gloss paint anyway. Yeah. So that left it with a nice surface. But for me, like I've done the 2500D, and I know you're saying about it was the ridge lines around around the saucer and things like that. Yeah, I had when I done mine, I was going around mine with a fine point on a thing.
Yep.
Popping
the bubbles and putting more solvent under there. Yep.
Yep.
Well, I see your point about the edges showing up. Can the gloss be anything? Does it have to be lacquered? Does it have to be anything
anything glossy?
You can take the floor polish and put that under.
I use the floor polish first, then the decals, and then floor polish again.
Yeah, and that takes care. I mean, that makes all those clear film disappear.
And then if you want a matte or a satin finish, you can still finish it on top of the floor polish.
Yeah.
Sure, but can you use even go as far as min wax?
I don't know. The only reason I know to use Future is because I know it won't turn yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about wax. Wax is,
there's no wax complement to it. It's straight acrylic.
If you try something else, it might yellow on you within a year or two.
Yeah, it's a polyurethane acrylic thing. It won't.
Well, polyurethane will be different than acrylic. Polyurethane, acrylic.
No, you have a polyurethane acrylic.
There's polyurethane
acrylic.
That's exactly what the Tamiya Clear is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says so on the bottle.
Yeah. So you could try to use I mean, try it on something you don't really care about. See if it turns yellow.
Well, it wouldn't turn yellow like right away. It'd take a
No,
long.
it would take a while. It would take
I'm not talking about the regular Minwax polyurethane. I'm talking about the water-based one, because I used the water-based on some shelving, and I really like the finish.
It might work.
But anyway.
It might work if you're not going to try to do a black panel wash on top of it.
Yeah, to get Eden.
I don't understand black panel wash.
Any water on a Minwax is going to cause problems.
Yeah, it'll beat.
A panel wash is when you like, let's say you have an Enterprise and you want to see those grid lines.
Yes.
You want black ink to go down into those grid lines, but not up on the surface.
Yes.
So you put the future on your model, and then you go over it with a. You usually try to use the opposite. If it's an acrylic gloss base, you want to use an enamel wash because then they don't mix. And then you use it's called a pin wash for. Actually, I don't know why it's called a pin wash. But anyway,
apply it with a pin in the tracks and that.
So then when you take your wash, Jack, your black wash, and apply it to that gloss surface, it only goes down into the cracks.
Yeah.
Well, even if it's an acrylic finish, even in a water-based, would still be repelled. Because once
not as well though. The enamel works really well on top of an acrylic, but it has to be something really hard like that future so that it doesn't eat it.
Yeah.
You see, and for those that are with us that are just never saw what we're talking about,
yeah, there you go.
We're talking about.
That's the stuff.
Well, yeah, it's the future.
This little symbol right here.
Yeah, but you can even buy that in a generic form too.
Yeah, I get it. I get mine at Target. It doesn't have the future symbol on it. It's called,
I get mine at Home Depot.
What's it called? It's called.
But you know something
that counts pledge with food.
Yeah, it's the pledge.
But you know what I found, and I made this remark in the past, is that these acrylic floor waxes have these very minute acrylic beads in them. And if you just shake, if you shake it, mix it up, and you apply it, your finish comes out rough. Because floor wax is supposed to have like some sort of texture, so it's not slippery.
Not this stuff.
What you do is just pour it into something and let it sit, covered of course. Let it sit for a week or two, and let everything settle out, and just skim the top and use what's on top of that.
Yeah.
That's why I use this. This is for tile.
Yeah, and there's no beads in it. It's purely.
There's no beads in that.
What kind of tile?
It's
here.
tile.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
You put it on. You can put it on ceramic tile. Ceramic that Mexican tile floors.
Okay.
You can put it on vinyl tiles. You can put it on vinyl floors. It's just as clear as can be.
There's no suspension in it at all.
There's no suspension.
Okay, yeah, because a lot of I'm using suspension.
This was $4.95 at Walmart.
And that's going to last forever.
Yeah.
It'll last a long time.
I've used a bunch of this. There's matter of fact, I don't use it out of this bottle. I have one of these. There.
Sure.
Does that show how clear it is?
Here you go, Jack.
This is what I have. This
doesn't say future on it, but it's the same stuff.
It's milky.
Yeah.
What is that? Pledge? Yeah. Pledge floor care?
Yeah.
Just
get the multi-surface. If you want your models to smell nice, they have an orange scented one.
I have the non-scented.
Actually, this smells pretty good.
It smells okay.
Yeah.
I actually used the future mixed with. I don't think I have any of them up here right now, but I mixed them with some acrylic airbrush ink, some clear acrylic airbrush ink, some greens and blues, and made some Borg green for I can't remember his name now. Damn it.
This is an acrylic clear with some future in it.
Yeah, for Danny.
And it doesn't ever settle. And even though it looks milky, it's a high gloss clear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you can run it through your airbrush, and it cleans up with Windex.
Yeah, that stuff that I mixed up for Danny looks great too. It's clear, and it just made a great paint for his Enterprise.
Yeah, you know what? I just got all my Pearlex colors for my 350 build.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna mix it with the All-Clad Aqueous clear gloss. Do you have a better recommendation?
I used for the my pearl. I used the Tamiya gloss.
Okay.
I got him. One sec. There you go. The X22.
Okay.
Yeah, I got some. I have some.
That's the blue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And just be aware, if you guys buy the Pearlex on Amazon, the description is wrong. It says it's 0.75 ounces, and then they send you a 0.5 ounce bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I've got some of the actual lacquers that they used on the original Enterprise model. I've got some of those the actual lacquers, the actual paints they used, and those are lacquers. So I got to spray
Carwin's
those on,
got the
obviously.
stuff right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, hold on, Carwin. Let me. Which one is that? Oh, that's your red interference red. Okay.
Yeah, I got the red. I got the gold, green, and blue.
Yeah, I bought the pearl white, and that's what I'm going to use for the main Aztec pattern color.
No, you see, with the white, all I do for something like that is you can get a metallic additive to go into paint.
Mm-hmm.
And I just add that to the white.
Well, I already bought the pearl stuff, so.
Yeah. I mean, don't buy more.
I'll be really curious to see. Testers had come out, Master Modeler, I think it is under that brand. I think they come out with some pearlescent paint too.
I haven't.
Well, I've got a can of spray pearl as well, which is a red with a green flop, and that's pretty good. I've had that for about 7 years, I think, and it's still. I will get it.
Yeah, so it started with the Enterprise using pearlescence. I'm sure you can use it in other builds. Maybe even do a car. That'd be kind of cool.
Well, the a la carte is a pearl white.
Well, I was about to say that you can even go to a taxidermy.
Yeah. Right.
People taxidermy their fish instead of eating them. So scales have to have that pearlescence.
Yeah.
There you go.
Aha, look at that.
Okay.
Plastic coat.
Yep. And it's really good stuff. I don't know if you can see it on the cap there, but
yeah, it's reflecting nicely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably going to be my next project. Is going to be that 315.
But this thing is it's 400 milliliters, and it also says solvent abuse can kill instantly.
Oh, he's back alive!
Zombie Carwin.
Wait, you need to leave a note in your
the type
plat.
of stock you spray it into.
Leave a note in your plat that says, "In case you find me dead, ship all of these models to Tony McCash and put my address."
But yeah, I mean, 400 milliliters. I've had it for like 7 years. It is full.
Yeah.
I mean,
a little bit of pearl goes a long way.
Oh well, this stuff you put it on. I don't know if I got anything to spray. So yeah, find something.
I'll make sure I drink my beer and not the pledge. Oh,
So yeah, I got a plastic white cup here. So I'll just do. Assume I can get my hands stuck inside that. Oh, cat out!
Pledge abuse can kill.
I need a bit more.
been sitting for 7 years, you're gonna have to shake it for like 3 months.
No, see, it's going on.
Yeah. You have to wait for it to dry, and then it really, because then those are actually little pieces of prism. They gotta lay down. Man, that's
what you're saying about abuse.
At least put your T-shirt over your face, Jesus.
But I don't know if you can see that on there.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yep.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is. There it is. Yep.
Yep.
Nice, nice, nice.
And as it dries,
No, I was gonna do the 2-color when I did the build because I'm lazy and I'm like, I don't want to do all those fucking colors and spend all that money and blah 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 blah. And then I got to thinking, I should just do it the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, if you're gonna.
If I bounce a light off it, it's okay.
Yeah, I bought the masking kit from Orbital Dry Dock.
Yeah.
He's got the 5-color kit, so it comes with all the masks to do the 5-color nonsense.
I have the Vallejo Pearl Medium, and I have the Metallic Medium. And I can't hardly tell the difference between the two.
I'm sure I'll make a big mess out of it when time comes.
Okay, that's it. So, never use spray paint when you got a glass in your room.
The glass.
I've got flaming red splotches on me flaming glass.
Well, hopefully you get red splotches inside your flaming lungs.
I was see on my screen. I do painting with acrylic, and let's see, is this gonna work?
What the fuck?
Let's see. Yeah, there's the black dot right there on my screen.
Yeah.
And that's not even spray painting. That's just using a brush. Apparently, I'm flicking paint instead of actually painting.
Yeah.
No, I know yesterday as well, Jack, that you were on about different primers.
Yes.
You don't have to confirm it. I know. I watched the show. I didn't dream it.
It's Sunday night here, and I don't remember. Okay.
But yeah, you were on different primers on yesterday's show, and this is one that I've started using, which is a Wilco primer, which is readily available in the UK. This goes on brilliantly.
How much would that be?
It's a 400ml can and it's about £3. So
okay, I missed it. Sorry. We talking primer?
Yeah.
We are.
So.
Which did you just? Oh, okay, that's your stuff.
Wilco.
Okay, my all-time favorite primer, and I won't use anything else, is Tamiya Fine Surface Primer. It's expensive.
I love the Tamiya.
It is worth it.
Yeah, well, I love this goes down the same as the Tamiya Fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, really does. It's incredible. It's like it's £3 for a can. It's not like the super fine. The super fine is super fine.
Hold on.
But yeah, it goes down like the Tamiya Fine.
It's about $4.
Yeah, for 400ml.
Cool.
So it's because I'm not sure how much is in the Tamiya can. I think it's about 200 ml.
180 milliliters, I think.
Damn it! I'll go get it.
Wait. So it'd be about $7 a can. That's about what you pay for the automotive primers. Which I use automotive primers on cars that I'm going to use automotive paints on.
This one here is white.
Where does it at?
That's like 150 milliliters, huh?
No, it's a 180. If it's the tall can, it's a 180.
Oh, all right.
Down at the very bottom, under the little barcode thing on the front.
Nope, it just says made in Japan.
Oh wow.
Made in Japan.
Well, anyway, I'm paying $11 a can for that. It's expensive, but you can get it online once in a while for $8.
Yeah. Well, as I said, this is the fine, and this goes down exactly the same. So,
Well, that's good.
I like for the Tamiya stuff as well. I don't use it for everything. I'll use it on a model that I need a really nice finish on. But if I'm building a prop or something, I'll just use a $1 can of.
Yeah. Oh, I have some Walmart stuff.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what Wilco's is like. The Wilco's are sort of the UK version of Walmart.
Okay.
So they So yeah, I mean, I just tried it because it was like £3 a can. It was like, well, if it's rubbish, I can just put it on stuff that I don't really care about.
Yeah.
Rubbish. You know, and then I'm not going to lose any detail because I normally use like when I done Voyager, I was concerned with not losing detail on the hull, so I used the superfine primer on that.
Mm-hmm.
But this stuff, it's just brilliant. I think I done the 0.5 refit Enterprise with this, and it didn't lose any detail whatsoever.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So and it's good for light blocking as well.
Awesome.
Notice I said light blocking and not light leaking, which I normally cock up on.
Oh, okay. Just want to do a screen share of a member's work because it probably is one of the best dioramas I've seen in a long time.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Scott Furman, as a general rule, is a fine modeler.
Yes, sir.
He actually outdid himself on this one.
It looks like a photo of outside.
Yeah. And in fact, if you look on the side here, there's the window.
Yeah.
Looking outside in the snow. Yeah.
And if you would have cropped it, it would have looked like it was outside.
Yep. That is very, very nice.
You know, the only thing I would say is that it's unrealistic because you got all that snow in that scene and nobody's built a snowman.
But some snow isn't good until the next day. If you're building snowman.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about this build that I thought was very close to paying attention to was the texture of the snow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got these little pimples, it looks like, but that looks just makes it look very real. He's got snow on the equipment itself, and how the snow wrapped around the tire itself.
On the tires, yeah.
Yeah.
This, he outdid himself, and this is. I'm too much of a chicken to do something.
Behind the fender where it sticks to everything.
Where it builds up, yeah.
Rust out the car. You know, he did a hell of a job behind the wheel. Look at that.
Right here.
And look, it's rusted. That's where snow rusted it out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's very realistic. I mean, that's going above and beyond. Look at that.
Well, do you know what he used for the snow? Because I've used normally if I do a snow thing, I normally use like the Games Workshop Citadel stuff for snow. So
we'll have to ask him.
I think he said earlier on, but I can't remember now.
Looks like the driver left.
In that scale, you can.
Of course he left. He went to build a snowman.
There's an HO scale snow that is basically baking soda.
Yeah.
What's the name of that company?
Woodlands?
I saw it. No, there's another one I saw earlier. They do it's water in a jar now, and then they also sell the foam.
Yeah.
It's snow or foam for the ocean. I just saw it today. What the hell was that? Let's see.
Maybe.
I think I'm going to start with something simple. I got the Mercury 9 rocket that I'm going to use the all-clad on. I'm going to have to build it first, and then I'm going to have to gloss it up to do the all-clad. So I can actually put it together. I just been very lazy. I got a picture frame that I'm turning upside down to use as a base. I haven't really planned it out yet, but we'll see what we get into. Anyhow, I'd like to thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Carwin, for stopping by and for ringing in so I can invite you in. And don't spray too much in your flat. You really might die.
your attic border might not appreciate it.
Thanks, Heath, for stopping by this Sunday morning. Monday morning, Sunday night for us. And thanks, James, for sharing your Millennium Falcon. I'm really looking forward to getting it done, having you get it done, or having you be done, or whatever.
Just scratched the Ferrari. Look at that.
Look at that. You just painted it. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. And thanks, Jay. And you know, I want an Evil Duck clock, I want an Evil Duck mug, and I want an Evil Duck T-shirt.
Oh, he wants everything.
I don't want to get in a fist fight with Heath. I think he'll just like push me, and that's it. He doesn't have to swing it.
He just wants everything but the kitchen sink. That's it. Wallop down.
Well, I'm still looking for the old clocks that I can use to make the Evil Duck clock.
If you
as soon as I find one, I will make one for you.
No, if you need a clock, I'll just send you one. You can just put it together for me. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll do that.
Okay, that'll work.
All right. Okay, Mike. Thanks for stopping by. And look, you're sharing something. Oh boy, you're quick.
That's this Badger primer. And I recommend it, especially if you think you might someday want some rust underneath. You know, it's pretty interesting. You know,
That's very smooth.
It is outstanding primer, and a little bit goes a hell of a long ways with it too. It doesn't. I mean, I've done a whole bunch of models with that orange, and the bottle's only down about
A little bit.
Where in the hell? I'm trying to find the thing that turns the damn screen share off, and I can't find it. Okay, it's down about a quarter inch in the bottle. I don't know.
Oh, it's time for Mike to be a funny bugger, is it?
And all I'm trying to do is end this show.
It's over. It's over.
Good luck with that.
That's it. No, go, bye. Well, carbon's easily pleased.
For dragging it on so long.
All right, just say thank you. I mean, you're welcome or whatever. Thank you, Mike, for joining us, and thanks, Tony, for joining us too. First time in a long time.
Yo, you're stuck with me now.
Yeah, and it's a good thing.
Sorry.
No, I'm not. It's a good thing. This is your Scratch and this is Scratch and Jack, your host for the amazing Scale Modelers Hangouts. If you wanted to see this one over again, I don't know why you would want to, or see the ones in the past, just go to my channel, Scratch and Jack, on YouTube. Please subscribe if you like what you see, and even do a thumbs up. If it's a thumbs down, that just shows you the kind of person you are. Thank you, and happy modeling, everyone. Good night.
Good night.